Hi everyone, Ashish Kyal here. Warm welcome to all of you to Ashish Kyal Trading Gurukul. And it's fantastic to see all of you over here. This is a very quick announcement about why timing the market, how to time the market, how to go about it, and ऐसा क्यों करना चाहिए हमें. So I thought I will go live and talk to you about why timing the market and how to understand this time concept correctly. तो बहुत important है. Try and understand one thing. So let me very quickly talk about what is timing and is it possible to time the market? There are many questions that comes to the mind when we are looking at time trading. So is it possible to time the market? The answer is absolutely yes. There is and when you are buying the market, suppose आप कोई stock खरीद रहे हो, just try and understand one thing. When you are buying or selling a stock, you are not only buying that specific price. Remember that you are also buying that specific time. Very few people understand that. अगर आप देखोगे चार्ट पे प्राइस एक्सिस होती है और टाइम एक्सिस भी होती है, which means there are both the things of prices and time on the chart. So if you are looking at a chart, and when you are buying a stock or an index or a future or an option, आप खाली प्राइस नहीं ले खरीद रहे हो, आप टाइम भी बाय कर रहे हो. So essentially, a trading involves buying both price and time. Suppose if you bought a stock like ITC about a year back, and not year back, 3 years back, और उसके बाद में ITC ने 3 साल तक कुछ भी नहीं किया before it started going on the upside. Now, can I say that even if you bought, the opportunity loss that you had because the stock like ITC did not move up for 2-3 years when the market went up is huge. So when you are buying a stock, you need to also keep in mind about time. But very few people or traders are talking about time because time is very dynamic. So I will be very honest with you. Time is different than price and time is dynamic, which means that time, अगर आपने समझा भी है तो उसको सही तरीके से अप्लाई करना बहुत जरूरी है. If you are not able to apply the concept of time properly, it can also incur you loss. That's why you need to club time concept with price action. दोनों चीज को क्लब करना बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. Now, specifically, our Master of Cycles program is happening on 11th and 12th of February, morning 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We are going to talk about Hurst time cycles. What is Hurst time cycles? J.M. Hurst was an engineer and aeronautical engineer, and he came and he found certain standard cycles working in the market. So he found that there are certain cycles that works in physics, which is standardized across the nature. Now, he extended his study of physics to also stock market, and he found that even stock market is following those standard cycles that he has identified. लेकिन same to same cycles apply नहीं होते, which means it has to be applied with a leeway. So there are standard cycle and there is actual cycle. Our aim as a cycle trader or a cyclical trader is to identify the exact time the market is following. Now, what is time cycle? Let me explain you that concept in a very brief way. Suppose just assume that on Monday market forms a low and rallies. I'm assuming. Next time again on Monday market forms a lows and rallies. Third time again this is proved that market forms a low on Monday and rallies. So can I assume that it is possible that the market is forming low every Monday, which means every 7 calendar days, prices form a low or the stock form a low and rallies on the upside. How much is it rallying? That is not about time, but it moves on the upside. Whether it goes up by 10% or it goes up by 2%, that is irrelevant as of now. So I can say that there is a time periodicity of 7 calendar days. Similarly, every stock, every index, every asset has its own individual time cycle, which means that अगर आपको पता है कि यहां से on an average basis, suppose if you are looking at prices, to draw a trend line you need 2 points, right? ट्रेंड लाइन बनाने के लिए आपको 2 पॉइंट चाहिए. अगर थर्ड पॉइंट ने कंफर्म किया तो आपको पता है ये ट्रेंड लाइन वैलिड है, एंड देन यू नो दैट दिस ट्रेंड लाइन इज वर्किंग वेल. So similarly, we are not connecting a trend line here, we are connecting cyclical lines here, where we see that is there a systematic rhythm in the market in forming a low. If there is a systematic rhythm in the market, we will say that the market forms a low every 7 days, every 55 days, every 89 minutes of 15 minutes chart. We deduce that. Now post this deduction, then we can come and start trading. Now why such kind of cyclicality exists in stock market? ऐसा सोचोगे तो logically on the superficial way of it, it looks like यार ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. But if you think carefully, everything is governed by time. If only time exists, price exists. It is very important for you to understand that. अगर टाइम नहीं होता था, there is no distance that is there. Only because of the time there is a distance that can exist. Only if you take some amount of time to travel from point A to point B, you can say there are 2 points. But if there is no time, you can't travel, or point A, point B is the same point. It's nothing but a science I'm talking about. So pure science and physics. So if only time exists, prices exist. But हमारा पूरा फोकस ना प्राइस पे है ना टाइम पे है, बल्कि हमारा फोकस तो है इंडिकेटर्स पे. That's the problem for traders, because if you're too much focused on an RSI, too much focused on ROC or a moving average, making money is not going to happen. If you are focused on prices, so there are 2 techniques which works extremely well, which is price focused and time focused. For price focused, it is Elliott wave or Neo wave. For time focused, it is time cycle. So if you focus on these 2 elements and club those 2 things together, your trading can increase drastically and sharply. That is very important. But if you know how to combine it correctly, that is crucial. So for example, if the time is right, but the prices have not confirmed, can I say that despite of the right time, prices have not confirmed, so I will not take a trade? But if the time is right for buyers and prices or price action also confirms, can I say this can be a classical valid breakout? Are you understanding this concept? So price action with time combination is absolutely must, because time आपको बताएगा कि buying आनी चाहिए, लेकिन price बताएगा buying आई कि नहीं. So that is very crucial. और दोस्तों, अगर समय आपके साथ में नहीं है तो बोलते हैं ना, कहावत है कि सोना भी पत्थर बन जाता है, और अगर समय सही है तो पत्थर को भी सोना बनाया जा सकता है. तो दिस इज a very classical saying which exists. So moon follows a 28-day cycle. It's a classical time cycle. We know that. Lunar cycle, 28 days of lunar cycle. Every 28 days, the moon phases, we can clearly see that repeats. So if that repetition is happening from an Amavasya to an Amavasya, Purnima to a Purnima, we know it keeps on repeating. So there is a 28-day of complete cycle of a moon. If that is the case, we can also say that the high tide and the low tide on the planet is also governed by those cycles. If that is the case, I can also say that if the planet is governed by cycle, we are nothing but a pop out of this planet. We are no different than this planet itself. So we are governed by the lunar cycle. And we can clearly see that we had an Amavasya on Saturday or Sunday last, which was on 21st, 22nd. And post that, market is showing some attempt on the upside. I mean, we managed to close positive on 23rd. We managed some attempt on the upside today, but flat closing. So there is an attempt for 2 to 3 days on the upside post this Amavasya cycle. That is how it works. However, that attempt, to what extent the momentum is generated, that depends on much large number of time cycles that exist, because it's not only one lunar cycle that is acting on the market, there are multiples that act on the market. So that is a complete science of understanding multiple cycles that are acting on the planet. When you look at a horoscope, I don't know about myself, please, because I am not an astrologer, I have no clue what it is, but if you look at it, तो बोलते हैं ना कि भाई ये समय आपके लिए सही है, ये समय सही नहीं है. I'm saying that it's a science and it might work, who knows. But if we only consciously strive and try to understand it, maybe it will not impact us, but it is there. So what I'm trying to tell you is that this scientific approach, which exists across since our ancient times, this approach of science I am applying only to stock market, which we call as time cycle. And this is not something like a कि ऐसे ही कुछ भी कर दिया. No, there is enough proof, there is enough evidence, there is enough statistical backtesting which proves it works. But is it 100%? Absolutely not. तो अगर किसी ने बोला होगा 100% 100% ऐसा होने वाला है, ऐसा नहीं होगा. It's a game of probability. It's a science of probability. So if you know that, say for example, tomorrow there is a time cycle at 10 a.m. on a Wednesday at 10 a.m. the time turns buy, which is a bigger cycle, is turning on the buy side. If that 10 a.m. time turns buy and price is confirmed by breaking out the resistance levels, we get a classic conviction, high conviction trade setup. समझो आपके टाइम के बारे में नहीं पता and just a breakout आ गया, will you have that conviction? That is what I am asking you. You might still take a trade but in double mind. But if you know, nahi, time is favoring plus price action is confirming, the conviction that you get is skyrocket high. And you have to take those kind of skyrocket high trades, which is like 85-90% probability it should work. And even if it does not work, you need to lose less. So the science of trading is such that when you lose, you need to ensure you lose less money. But when you make, you need to ensure you make a killing. That is very, very important. But बहुत कम जन इस चीजों को समझ पाते. उनके लिए हर टाइम जो ट्रेड लिया है उसमें पैसा बनना चाहिए. अगर ऐसा होता दोस्तों, तो फिर तो बात ही क्या थी और ट्रेडिंग में फिर मजा ही क्या था. क्योंकि जब आप रिस्क ही नहीं ले रहे हो, मतलब अगर 100% ऐसा होगा तो रिस्क का है. अब जब रिस्क ही नहीं ले रहे हो तो क्या मजा है. तो मार्केट में भी अगर रिस्क ले रहे हो तो ही पैसा बनता है, ये समझ के चलना है. और जब नुकसान हो रहा है तो वी नीड टू एंश्योर वी आर लूजिंग less and less. That is what I always tell my mentees also. When you make money, you make big. When you lose money, you lose less. That way you will ensure that you are making a lot of money. That is the secret actually. The only secret which works in the market is the one that is by losing, lose less, when making, make more. That is the secret which works in the market. And you need to know the secret of time and price both combined together if you want probability to be in your favor. तो क्या करने वाले हैं हम ये 11th और 12th Feb को मास्टर ऑफ साइकिल्स में, we are going to look at first time cycles because that's a very systematic way of timing the market. There are other techniques of time cycles also, but systematic way of timing the market because it's more scientific approach. One, we will be looking at price forecasting, looking at time cycle. It is possible to even forecast prices. Second, by looking at time cycle, if you want to generate that passive source of income by option selling or option buying, you can do that. Ideally, for passive source of income, people who are occupied with job or businesses don't have much time, and you want to generate that additional 2-3% a month. Can you do that? Yes, because then you can select a strike price, write those strike price according to these time cycles, and you can do that with a high conviction trade setup. So that is possible. Next, we will also be looking on 11-12 Feb, we will be looking at the GANN square of 9 levels, how it is working, what it is suggesting, how is the market looking, all of those things basis of GANN square of 9, and that can also be applied on stocks. It works extremely well even on stocks. That is what we are going to do. Next, we will be looking at price action along with Ichimoku cloud. क्योंकि Ichimoku cloud is purely price focused technique जो हम यूज करेंगे इस मास्टर ऑफ साइकिल्स के प्रोग्राम में. उसके अलावा we are also going to be checking, along with this we will be using certain techniques of candlesticks which will help us to time the market either on the buy side or on the sell side. See, usually time cycles are meant to catch lows, but we can even predict tops, and it is possible to do that. I have done that so many times. 18,800 ka top B, we were able to predict that, forecast this. The low formed around 17,760 levels was near GANN square of 9 level. Around that 17,800, 850, I've been saying that Nifty should start moving up towards my target of 18,250. We have already reached 18,200. Let's see if we go towards that level or not, but it works. If you are an option trader, the most important aspect of a trader when you are buying option is timing. If you are not able to buy option along with time, you making money chances comes down drastically. क्योंकि ऑप्शन ट्रेडर के लिए सबसे बड़ा एनिमी टाइम है. अगर टाइम 2-3 दिन साइडवेज हो गया तो आपका ऑप्शन वैल्यू वैसे ही कम हो जाएगा. So for option trader, timing is extremely crucial, and we will apply this concept of time cycle directly on an option chart. अगर आपने मेरा कोई भी वेबिनार अटेंड किया होगा, you might have seen that I have applied those concepts on the option chart. And we will also be deriving price target using a concept of time, जिससे प्राइस फोरकास्टिंग की जा सकती है. सोचो, अगर आपको किसी ने बताया होगा कि प्राइस फोरकास्टिंग टाइम के थ्रू यूज करना पॉसिबल है, isn't that something wonderful? Such a different phenomenal to look at the concept of time. So these techniques which I have been doing on both positionally from the crash of COVID 2020 happened on the time cycle of 85 week. Right from there, we are going to apply to a daily time frame chart. We have a 55-day cycle which is due now. We are going to apply on a lunar cycle which is due now. We are going to apply on a 15-minute chart which is around those different periods. Right from index to the stocks to, I'm going to give you an Excel sheet of a few stocks which follows what type of time cycle. And ये मैं नहीं, आप साथ में derive करोगे मेरे. And you will see its power. It is simply going to thrill you, because ये जब टेक्निक यूज करके जब आप ट्रेड करते हो तो you don't fear the market. You know how it's going to behave. At times it is so damn accurate कि exactly वो मिनट पे टर्न होता है. Not always. I'm again repeating. This is probability. At times it happens that way. Don't you think in those occasions chances of you making a lot of money is very high? And the other occasions where it did not work way you expected, you lose little less. So net पैसा बनता है. And I'm going to teach you this secret in a very systematic fashion. So please join forward for this Master of Cycles program happening on 11th and 12th of Feb 2023, and it's simply going to thrill you. And along with that, the early bird which is there is going to end on 26th of January. So before early bird, if you are registering, the pricing for this program is 22,000 plus taxes. You can simply register by the link which my colleague has provided, and it's going to simply be amazing way of looking at the markets. Your way of trading the market will ever change. Tell me honestly, have you come across anyone who is talking about time, who is tweeting about time, and who is ensuring you learn about time? Who is looking at those concepts of time? And it is not me. It is documented. I've also authored a book. I'm sure you might be aware about this if you have this book with you. There is a chapter on time cycle also, which I've mentioned with some techniques on time. So I've authored that. ऐसा नहीं है कि ऐसे ही कुछ मूड हुआ आज टाइम के बारे में बात करेंगे और टाइम के बारे में बात की, नहीं. This concept I'm not applying now. I'm not new to this. I've been applying since around 2013, 2012. I have my charts from those period which I have shared across even in webinars. इतने पुराने, मतलब it's been more than a decade. If something does not work, why will you even keep it in your chart? It works, guys, but the only step that you have to take is to understand how to apply it correctly. So are you with me on this journey of becoming time traders, is what I call it, people who are trading time? And you can absolutely trade time without having any prior knowledge about anything else. That's the beauty of this concept. मतलब इसके लिए आपको पहले कुछ आना चाहिए नहीं, कोई सॉफ्टवेयर चाहिए नहीं, इसके लिए खाली आपको टाइम पता होना चाहिए, कौन से टाइम पे क्या बदलने वाला है, and you can trade basis of that. So are you guys with me? If yes, give me a big hands up so that I know that you are with me. I can see so many of you are putting it on the chat here, and it's simply going to be amazing. So I'm taking a very quick poll right now. I want to know from you all, if you want to be with me on this journey of creating time traders, then please participate in the poll which I am taking right now, and it's simply going to be fantastic experience. And I'm open for any questions that you might have. The link is shared across by my colleague. You can simply go there and register yourself on the link. Ensure you are taking that step forward now, not later, because बाद में ये जो ऑफर है वो आपको नहीं मिलेंगे जो अर्ली बर्ड के अंदर है. So that's the link. I'm simply sharing it across with you all, and it's going to be amazing way of looking at the prices, looking at the time and trading it. We will trade it together. So don't worry about it. Does not matter if you are not familiar with time concept. I'm going to make you absolutely familiar with it. इसके अलावा हमारा एक प्री सेशन होगा 11-12 फैब के पहले. 11-12 को 10 AM to 4 PM लाइव सेशन होगा. इसकी रिकॉर्डिंग्स आपको दी जाएगी. Even if you attend or don't attend, you will have those recordings for a period of 10 days. Post that, there will be a follow-up session, and you will be able to apply this concept from the very next day. In fact, कभी आपने सोचा है RSI का पैरामीटर 14 ही क्यों? Because it follows a 28-day lunar cycle. That's why 14 works. Moving average का पैरामीटर 20 क्यों? Can't we beat more than that? We will derive those parameters. The entire concept of technical analysis which you are practicing is derived out of time. I'm telling you that, but very few people are aware about it. Ichimoku cloud, if you know how it is constructed, it is shifted on the left hand side, the lagging line. The cloud is shifted on the right hand side. How is that constructed? Is purely the concept of time. So ये सारी चीजें जो मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, this is all purely time and time focused. And if you do not know how to apply time, आप कर क्या रहे हो? So if you are also be going to be absolutely, the recording of this will be available. So don't worry on that. As I said, it's going to be simply changing the very nature of the way you look at market. It's going to be an amazing way in which you can trade the market. So you need to take that step forward and look at how to apply this concept of time cycle, and it's going to be simply amazing. I'm open for questions, guys. Any questions, any queries that you might have, I'll be more than happy to answer them. Can I apply this on the stocks? Absolutely. I said that. We will be deriving it on stocks, few stocks like Reliance, Tata Motors, and large cap stocks, but you can apply. How do you register and what is the fees? So I'll just share across my screen here. That's the screen. You can simply go and register yourself over here for this program. The pricing is 22,000 plus GST, and you can pay using credit card, net banking, whatever is convenient to you. You can do that. That's the link I am sharing across right now with you, Pallavi. Okay. There is a question here. Will there be hand holding after the session? There will be a traders forum जहां आप आपके chart post कर सकते हो, where many people will participate, and they will also be helping you with that. You can tweet it across to me on my Twitter handle. I'll be ensuring that I answer your queries. You can also post it across on, as I said, on the forum, where you have many people to answer that. And we will have a follow-up session also. So don't worry on that. So this is going to happen. Can we calculate resistance and support of Nifty? Yes, there is a concept in time which can be used to identify support and resistance, and it works like amazing. So wo hum karenge. Definitely we are going to do that. Rashmi, you are paying for this mentorship program. Can you share across your number and also the snapshot of the message that you are getting? Please, if you can drop an email to my colleague or WhatsApp to my colleague on 9920422202, so they can guide you. So just drop a number right now on the chat so they can call and help you with that. Okay, there are other questions, sir. I am new to markets. Can I use time cycle? Yes, of course. Because see, the concept of time, as I said, is simply different than every other concept. So you can use this concept of time. And tell me honestly, how many of you have come across towards someone who is practicing time and talking about time with very high conviction and price action both together combined? I'm telling you, it is a science that works. That's why I'm in front of you. So that's why we have the mentorship on timing the market as well, right? We do that, and people have been doing absolutely fabulous in this, what we do. Are we going to learn everything about time analysis in this period? Yes, Ravi Shankari, absolutely. So we will be looking at time analysis in this period, how to apply it on the stocks, how to apply it on Nifty, Bank Nifty, Fin Nifty, क्या पीरियड होना चाहिए. एक एक्सेल शीट बनाएंगे, उसके अंदर हम वो पीरियड नोट करके रखेंगे, so that going forward you just have to refer to it. You don't really have to do anything about it. Is this for intraday also? Yes, it is for intraday also, because when you apply it even on a 5-minute chart, we will be applying time cycle on 5-minute chart also. So don't worry on that. You can simply register yourself, and we will be applying even on 5-minute chart. It's going to be amazing. So mentorship includes MOC class. Yes, if you are a part of mentorship program, you will be a part of Master of Cycles, which is happening on 11th and 12th of Feb. So a mentee do not have to register separately for MOC. You will be a part of it. So you're essentially, your mentorship doesn't start from March. It starts from Feb. In fact, it starts from today, because if you are registering today for that, you will be getting a lot of the videos. And if you register today for the program on Master of Cycles, you will be getting 5 bonus videos if you are registering today, and with the discounted price. The discounted price is going to end on 26th of Jan. So ensure you are part of this program before it ends, and also today, because you will get that bonus videos. These are can you provide the intraday courses? So this is for intraday also. I'm telling you, you will apply this concept on a 5-minute chart, on a 15-minute chart, and you will see its power, the way it can be applied. What is the probability of success for this technique? The probability can be 80-85%, I can say that, but it again depends on what time frame you are applying, how you are trading by combining with price action, but your accuracy is going to increase. That is what I can commit you. And if someone says it is 100%, don't buy that story. It's not 100% for sure, but it is very high probability of success. That is the reason कि breakout fail नहीं होते. When you trade, होता है ना कि ये breakout हो, ये सही जाएगा कि fail होगा. Because time favors, the breakout works. That's the power of time cycles, right? Great, guys. So great to get you all over here. I can see a few of you have already registered over here. Parth has a question: is it sufficient to trade independently? Yes, because time के साथ में आपको price forecasting tool भी दे रहा, और वो हम create कर सकते हैं कोई भी free software में. No minimum capital required. अगर आपके पास में 50,000 to 1 lakh है, आप trade कर सकते हो. Yes, no software required. Nothing. That we will do it together. Practically हम साथ में करेंगे. So you will be able to trade independently. That is what I can commit to you. Okay, Parth, does that answer your question? Fantastic. So there are so many of you are still having so many questions, but I'll have to rush now. What I want to tell you, this is going to change the very way you ever see the market. So be a part of this wonderful Master of Cycles program, which does not happen very often. It's one of the best learning that you can have for lifetime. which will change the very way you ever see the market, and you will be able to time the market not only now, but for so many years in future. I was able to forecast Sensex when it was 2013. Sensex was at 18,000. I forecasted 61,000 by 2021, and Sensex touched 61,000 in October 2021. Even the next forecast is ready with me for 2027, 2024. All of those are ready using those concepts of time, and you will be able to do that, not me. आप खुद कर सकते हो इस चीज को, and यही मैं आपको बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूं that it works, and you need to take that step forward to be a part of this wonderful trading program. It can be applied even on commodity, because gold pe to yaar it worked like magic. The 51 days time that we have been looking like is simply amazing. Crude pe it is applied 115. It works super. So, and intraday charts maybe. So you can definitely apply on commodity, because commodities are more cyclical even than stocks. In fact, most amount of money that is made by traders are even on commodity. If you look at Jesse Livermore and many other such traders, they have been trading commodities because they follow a seasonality, they follow a cyclical pattern, and forecasting that is much powerful than just forecasting stocks. So we will be doing all of those things together, and you just have to take that step forward. Ensure you are registering today so that you can get the discounted price plus the bonus videos, both of those things. This is Ashish Kyal signing off, and thank you everyone for joining here for the Master of Cycles, and looking forward to talk about time in coming days, and you will be amazed to see that. Thanks a lot. Have a wonderful day. Click on the link and you can register from there. Thank you. Bye-bye and see you soon.